What's up, guys? So I kind of want to come on camera for a few minutes and talk about the main event of Wrestlemania. Um, so I didn't get to watch Night 2 live, unfortunately, but I did catch the ending of the main event. Uh, and I know the general sentiment is that that Cody Rhodes is buried and this is officially Roman's reign of terror. Um, and they're just milking this for everything it's worth. He's gonna get to 1,000 days, and they're just trying to just milk it for money and nothing else. And it's the beginning of the end. Sky's falling for WWE. Um, if I had watched it live, I would have shared that same sentiment as um, anyone who disliked that ending. But the silver lining is it gave me a bit of clarity to think about whether or not this is really the end of the world. And to me, I don't think it is. I mean, sure, yeah, it's a huge gamble on WWE's part to do this. It's their one their one swerve, their one wrinkle in the storyline as it is. But if they really have faith in Cody Rhodes to be this top star, they cannot afford to have him lose again. It looks like they're going to try to save his moment for SummerSlam. And if that's the case, so be it. I'm sure it'll be good. It'll be a nice moment. But like I said, they really can't. They had a moment. They had the opportunity to give him his moment at WrestleMania. They chose to pass up on it, and so now, they really can't afford to screw this up going forward. That being said, I'll give 3 reasons why it's not really the end of the world, and Cody Rhodes will be fine. I think number one, we do have to realize that the Bloodline story, the story arc of the Bloodline, is still the A storyline. It is the main storyline in WWE. So all the other story arcs, the Sami Zayn story, Jey Uso's story arc, and even Cody Rhodes' pursuit of the title, it is going to be affected by what happens with the Bloodline, especially now with the Usos having lost the tag belts. How does that affect Roman Reigns' relationship with his brothers? How does Solo Sikoa factor into the equation, given that he helped Roman retain the title? I mean, whether or not Cody won or lost at WrestleMania, he is still going to be under Roman's shadow. His story arc, his pursuit of the title, is still overshadowed by Roman's storyline, in my opinion, by a country mile. So, I mean, the fact of the matter is they have to begin winding down the Bloodline story before they can start elevating Cody Rhodes' story arc. They have, in order to elevate him as the top star, they have to start winding down Roman Reigns' story. And speaking of Cody Rhodes, at least us to number 2, that WWE really needs a long-term vision for Cody Rhodes as a top star. Obviously, it doesn't sound like they were ready to pull the trigger yet. But when they do need that long-term vision. They having followed him a great deal since AEW, he has become a great all-around talent. Great performer in the ring, great promo, but he's not quite at the level of Steve Austin or The Rock or even John Cena in their primes. We've seen that if you followed him in AEW, there's some very questionable booking. I would say, actually, quite frankly, some really bad booking decisions in AEW that really hurt him and hurt his character. At least Cody can challenge for the title again in WWE, unlike in AEW where he had that stupid stipulation where he couldn't challenge for the title again after he lost. So, I mean, you cannot get away with bad booking with Cody Rhodes that you can with some of the other top stars that, you know, they have natural charisma, more natural their promos, and, you know, a lot of times the narratives can write themselves, just not so much with Cody. But I mean, WWE has actually done a pretty good job of protecting him and elevating him to the top babyface status. And that leads us to point number 3, which is Cody Rhodes is still going to be the guy to beat Roman. It's just not going to be at WrestleMania. It'll probably be at SummerSlam. I mean, between now and SummerSlam, I just don't see any other performers. There's no other superstars that can challenge them for the top spot in the company right now. And Cody Rhodes, up until last night, I mean, frankly, yeah, he did get screwed over in a way that you would see on TV, frankly. It was more of a TV ending rather than a pay-per-view ending, but still, I mean, he's been very well protected. He's been booked very well, and he's had a lot of luck on his side, even with his injury. I mean, frankly, I mean, if he wasn't injured, he might have lost sooner to Roman Reigns. You also have to factor in The Rock not being at WrestleMania. He might not have been in the main event at all. So clearly, Cody Rhodes is still the guy, and you know, it's just a matter of how they get to the end. Obviously, they can't. I mean, they had him lose once the way they did. They cannot have him lose again. Whether he loses clean or not, they cannot have him lose to Roman again. They have to, and there's a lot less room for error, frankly, doing this, but that's the way they're gonna go. So, you know, it's the old broken record where it's like, let it play out. Well, unfortunately, we got to let it play out and see how it goes. However, if things do work out fine and Cody does become the top guy, he does become the champ, they elevate him to being the top star in the company, that will set them up well in time for the bidding war of 2024, where a certain Max Friedman from the other company could be available as a free agent, and you know, there could be an opportunity for WWE to set up Cody with a ready-made antagonist waiting in the ring. So I think there'll still be interesting times ahead. Like I said, you know, I don't like to use the term laying it play out, but that's just what's going to happen. So anyway, that's all I got to say about that. Let me know what you think. Just had to air it out and just get it off my chest, and I feel grateful I did. But yeah, anyway, thanks for listening. Take care, you guys, and until next time, peace out and have a good rest of your day. Thanks, guys.